I'm totally muted. That was good. I got the wave in. I forgot to unmute. Hi. My name is RightBigChimken, and welcome to Monday. Today was all over the shop. So we're playing Slay the Spire. It's different. It's new. I've not played it on stream before, but if you've been around for a while, thank you. Thank you. If you've been around for a while, you might remember that I recently dipped into a game called Balatro. I have a secret passion, chat, and I'm going to reveal it to you again, especially for this one-time only stream. I like roguelike deck builders. It is a really satisfying thing. It, appeases my brain. And today was a bit of a day, so yeah, Slay the Spire. And I'm stuck. And it's one of those things, right? I'm going to try and talk you through the new game experience, because I've played this game a bunch, but I've been stuck on this one character to get a win on this one character for ages, because wins in this game are pretty difficult, and I've been stuck on this one character for ages to get a win, because I want to get a win on each of the characters, and then I'm like, yeah, I've succeeded at the game, hooray, and I can't do it. I've been repeatedly just running into a wall. I got one win on this entire game. I looked at the statistics, in fact. Run history. Wins and losses. Is that on the board there? No. Leaderboards. I was looking at this before I went live. Character stats. There we go. 1 victory, 108 deaths. 1 victory, 108 deaths. I think I am just bad at the game, but I'm having so much fun, and these games have become my reclining game. Like, I can lean back in my chair like this. That's not comfortable at all right now because I'm sat really awkwardly. I can lean back in my chair and we can play card games, and it just makes my brain happy. So welcome to Slay the Spire. I will try and talk you through as a new player, but by no means am I qualified. I will talk you through the basic bitch stuff, but we'll just sort of have a chat while we go along, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll say the words because I've not said it officially, and I have to say it every time, otherwise the world will end. Friends and enemies, distinguished guests, people who are in possession of souls, I'm fidgeting my chair. I have a brand new hat donated by the wonderful, curiously cuddly cryptid, and this is Slay the Spire. I'm typing, I'm speaking, I'm doing 2 things at once. It's impressive. Go follow Curvy though. Curvy is a good egg. I call them Curvy because of a previous username. And this hat is like a combination of their PNG tuber and their husband's PNG tuber, and I absolutely love it. Curvy has recently gotten back into art. They bought a art tablet, like a drawing tablet, and have been going crazy. And it's been really fun to watch because they're really passionate about it. So Julius Caesar. So Slay the Spire, right? Slay the frickin' Spire. You get 3 standard modes. Custom mode I've not touched. Daily climb generally has a challenge set around a certain type of deck. Standard. You get 4 characters. This one was an unlock for the 1 victory I got on character number 3. So imagine that this is a question mark and you can't see this one. You have effectively a warrior type. You have effectively a rogue type. And you effectively have a mage. It's like a techie mate, like a robot mage. And each of these character types have a different special effect. So Burning Blood, the warrior, you at the end of each combat you gain 6 health. So you recover 6 health at the end of each fight. This one, at the start of each combat, you draw 2 additional cards. That could be good because you might pull a card. Extra cards at the beginning of a combat are great because you might pull into a combination of cards that might just really nail an opening move. And this one, at the start of each combat, channel 1 lightning. This guy, who I've got the victory on, which means I can do ascension mode, which is just increasing difficulty as we go along. This guy is the mage, and he has like a sequence of lightning spells that various cards can trigger, and there's like a darkness spell and an ice spell to give you defense. It's a whole thing. But we are going to be concentrating on the silent today because I've been playing a lot of the silent. And I'm trying to think of what how the best way to describe it is. I've been playing a lot of the silent. They have like two main things. Well, three main things. The one I'm not really dealing with a lot of. They have card discards. All of this will become clear when we get into the actual playthrough. They have card discards, like discard a card to do this effect, which I haven't been able to utilize to the best of my ability yet. Like, I've been trying, but that one is a little bit strange to me. They also have poison spells, and they also have shivs. I'm sure there are other things that this character does, but that has been the main gameplay loop for me so far. Discards, poisoning, shivs, and we'll go. We're probably going to do multiple of these today. This is the Exordium. This is a giant space whale. But because I've done multiple runs of this character, at the beginning of each additional run, depending on how far I got in the recent run, I get to pick from 4 random effects. So you wouldn't get this on your first playthrough, but you would get it on your second or third. Kara, welcome to chat. How is it going? That didn't. What happened then? There we go. Got it on the second try. Awkward stare for 1 minute. Hamburgers. Sorry, that was for you, Kara. I tried to do like confetti as you entered the chat and it didn't work. Hamburgers. Hamburgers. Dolly wants me to stare at the camera and talk about hamburgers. I'm thinking about it. There's 2 up now. Sorry, was that 2? Oh my god, you're just adding to it. Okay, that's 2 minutes of hamburgers. PLB, welcome. I'm gonna stare at the camera and talk to you about hamburgers. Okay, let's put it out there, chat. Really weird that they're called hamburgers because there's no ham in them. Oh my god, 3 minutes? Okay. Let's talk about hamburgers, chat. Let's be realistic. Hamburgers as a name is pretty weird because there's no pork products in a standard hamburger. Personally, I like a smash burger. You get some beef, you smash it down on a flat iron of some kind, you get it real thin, and when it cooks it crisps up around the side, and I think the technical term is like, it's almost, imagine it like is lace. You get like the lace crispy bits around the edge, and because it's squished so thin, you can put multiples of those bad boys in a burger, and they're absolutely fabulous. Stop looking away from the webcam. It's really hard to constantly look at the webcam when I'm talking about shit like this. Personally, in a burger, I'm looking at my hands because I'm sort of like going, this is what we're doing. Oh, my hand's doing this. Personally, in a burger, I like a very simple burger, right? I like the bottom of the bun. I like mustard. Sometimes ketchup if I'm feeling a little bit saucy. I'm a freak, so I put the lettuce and then the burger. Stuff's happening in chat. Not really awkward that way, huh? It's different. Then you put the burgers. So we've gone sauce, we've gone lettuce, we've gone burgers, we've gone cheese, maybe bacon. And it entirely depends on the bacon that you're using, right? Because you can have streaky bacon, but you can have rashers of bacon. And if you put a rasher of a bacon in a cheeseburger, I think you are a cretin. Like, you are the smallest human being. It has to be streaky. It has to be streaky bacon. Because if you put rashers of bacon in a cheeseburger, that's just weird. And then you put the bun on the top. And personally, that's pretty good. Do you flip your burger upside down so that the thick bun is on the top of the bottom? I do not. That sounds very strange. Why would I want to flip my food upside down? I do the lettuce at the bottom because it catches anything that sort of runs through. Because what I don't want to happen, chat, what I really don't want to happen is the soggy bottom. I don't want a soggy bottom. There is nothing worse in this world than a soggy bottom. Can we all just agree with that in chat? Because you have to, like, if the bread's wet, that's not good. And if you put like bacon on the top and then you put a bun on top of that, unless you've got some really greasy bacon, that top bun's fine. What you don't want is all of that gooey stuff from the burger to run into the bun and make it just unmalleable. Because I was having this discussion in a chat, on a Twitch chat the other day. Vulcan Ryan, if you're lurking, we were talking about this in your Twitch chat the other day. We were talking about if it's defined as a burger, it has to be pick-upable. Try it, TC, it's foolproof. You have to be able to pick it up, right? I'm just gonna finish the rant. You have to be able to pick it up, right? Like, if you can't pick up a burger and you're eating it with a knife and fork, that's just weird. Because there is a company in the UK, I'm not sure if they're international, called Byron Burger, and for a little while, Byron Burger was selling a cheeseburger, right? It was like a full standard cheeseburger at Christmas. So it was like 2 burgers, bacon, lettuce, I assume it was Christmas, so maybe there was cranberry in there or something. And these psychopaths, right? These psychopaths were making this cheese sauce in a jug. It wasn't like in the burger. You got a jug of cheese sauce with this burger and you poured it over the top of the bun. You can't eat it. And that's what and that was 3 minutes on cheeseburgers. Yeah, there we go. My fingers are uncomfy just thinking about that. That is pretty uncomfortable, right? Like that makes me a little, like, I like cheese sauce as much as the next guy. Like, I like cheese sauce on ham, cheese sauce with steak sometimes, but over the top of a bun? The fuck's that about? No, that was 3 minutes on hamburgers, now 1 minute on cheeseburger. Oh my god, are we honestly serious? No, because I sort of combined the two. Okay, we'll do, just for the sake of it, we'll do a bonus round, right? We'll do a bonus round. What the fuck's the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger? If you get a hamburger, you get a bun, you put a burger in it. How is it a different thing? How is it a different thing if you add cheese? If I put a slice of cheese on my head, am I now a cheese man? No, I'm just Chimken with a piece of cheese on my head. You add a cheese? I don't really understand why they're defined as two things. Five Guys burger and fries, right? Five Guys burger and fries. If you go to Five Guys burger and fries, you order a burger. But you order the toppings. You don't order a cheeseburger, you add cheese to the burger, and then you put toppings on that. You don't get a cheeseburger, you get a burger and then add cheese to it. I don't understand the mentality of doing it the other way around. Like, in what world? I can't remember the last time I went anywhere and they sold a burger without cheese on it. What kind of cheese? How much different sauces are the vegetables? You're now the right big cheese man. Good evening, Dilemma. This rant brought to you by hamburgers and cheeseburgers. What the fuck is the difference? Yeah, I'm really angry about it. I'm really pent up about hamburgers and cheeseburgers. Let's actually go to Google real quick before we start playthrough. What's the difference between hamburgers and cheeseburgers? And if the answer is the cheese, I'm gonna rip my dick off. A cheeseburger is a hamburger with a slice of melted cheese on the top of the patty added near the end of cooking time. That does not make it a different thing. That makes it a burger with a slice of cheese on it. What were you expecting? I don't know. Maybe it was made out of... Maybe they were traditionally made out of ham. I don't know. Why is it a hamburger? It's got no pork in it. Okay, answering another very important question. Why is a hamburger called a hamburger? Why is a hamburger made of beef? There we go. Back in the late 18th century, Germans emigrated to America on the Hamburg America line and brought with them the Hamburg steak, consisting of a minced salted beef steak. For reference, these are the best cuts of... Yeah, that's stupid. 2024, stop calling them hamburgers, because if they've got the word ham in it, I expect them to be ham. Doesn't it have to do with Hamburg? It does, but I didn't know that. and I shouldn't have to Google it to find out. Maybe I really don't like beef and want some pork, and then I order a hamburger and I'm just really disappointed, but I'm not a very learned man. Like, I'm not well traveled. I'm not. Where is Hamburg? I'm in America, right? If in this situation, I'm in it's a well-known fact that Americans don't know their own states, let alone the names of other places in different countries. As if America didn't steal its entire language from everyone else. The French did not invent French fries. They were from Belgium. There, I've pissed off a load of different groups of people that watch me. Americans, learn some geography. If I'm cooking them at home, they're usually made out of ground turkey anyway. I do love a turkey burger. Like, turkey burgers are real nice. Pork burgers are real nice. We went through a stage because I ham. There are 50 states. How am I supposed to know the location of everyone? Not the location, but can you name 50 states? Like, realistically, could you sit down and write me? I won't, and you can't make me. So I suffer occasionally from gout. As an experience, you know, some people have resting levels of high cholesterol. Like, you can live a completely healthy lifestyle. Not that I live a very healthy lifestyle, but you can live a completely healthy lifestyle and have high cholesterol. It was semi-recently told to me by a doctor that I sit right at the top of the thing that if I eat too much red meat, I can trigger a gout attack. So I get gout sometimes. So when we did this, we stopped eating as much red meat as we were. We switched to eating chicken, pork, turkey, all of those other ones. And the worlds that opened up to me were still on freaking... How many minutes of cheeseburgers has this been? This has been like 23 minutes of cheeseburgers, and I'm only live for 20 minutes. 2 hours. Turkey, great. Turkey, get a proper burger press. Don't squish it with your hands. Get a proper burger press. Great. Pork burgers, real good. If you don't have a good flat iron, that is. Because if you have a flat top, you can make a smash burger with a very good spatula. Apparently that was a really good subject matter. Thank you, Dolly, for redeeming those redeems. Thank you, everybody, for making use of that redeem. I'm having a lot of fun. I finally have an accomplishment to report. 15 streaks. Holy shit. Jessica Andrew 90. Hi. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the first time chat. Curiously Cuddly Cryptid has redeemed the thing. The wealth redistribution system. So, a very important question for you, chat. Heads or tails? We are actually going to play the game. I promise. Where are you from? I am from the UK. Okay, so what were we saying? I've done multiple runs of this game. When you've done multiple runs on this game, you get access to these 4 triggers at the beginning of a run. These can do various things for you. A transform spell. Do you play other games as well? I do. The coin flip is going very well. 21k to 21k. Which one? Jessica Andrew? I play a variety of games. I consider myself a variety streamer. I've got 5 games on the run right now. I am playing Resident Evil starting Saturday. I'm playing Slay the Spire as a one-off tonight. I play Minecraft. I play Tomb Raider. Lots. Let me just answer that coin flip. The answer is heads. Okay. Who did... Change prediction. You have played too many games. I have played too many games. Thank you. It's a well accepted fact. He's also pretty funny. That one time I didn't pick heads. Complete prediction. If you don't mind, can I suggest you something you can try? Can we all guess what Jessica is going to ask? Okay, TC walks away with 20k. I think you should... Do not ban them yet, chat. Do not... Mods, hold fire. Hold fire. Hold fire, chat. Okay, so I think you should, for a customization of a channel, give your channel professional title. I'm a visual artist. I have had a I'm gonna be honest with you, Jessica Andrew 90. I have had a really bad day, and I'm gonna put it out there. And I would just ban somebody like you straight up, but I'm gonna put this out there. No streamer, whilst they're live, is going to buy art from you. If they say they are, they're very likely to look at your portfolio and not consider it. Live streamers do not appreciate people coming into chat and trying to shill their artists with artistry whilst live. And now we ban them. That is the most infuriating thing. And it doesn't happen to me. Drop your suggestion at discord.slack.go. That's like the third stream in a row. It is the most infuriating thing. And if you are a content creator and you want to go buy from somebody like that, I do not judge. But that is not how you make a business connection. I work in marketing. That is the most infuriating thing. I'm not going to drop my stream and go, oh yeah, show me your art. Like, let's do a deal. Like, I have 400 followers and it's just not going to happen. Ever. And it is the most infuriating thing. George is here right beside my head. There's been a lot of talk, and now the cat's here. One day I'm actually going to play the game. Hey. So yeah, if you wanna, yeah, all right, there is a game. It's been one of those. Yeah. I don't usually have talking streams, and I'm clearly extremely energized. It was the hamburgers. The hamburgers really got me going. Deep breaths. Was that too mean? Was that too mean? I don't think it was mean. Inhale, calm. I don't think it was mean. Okay. You dropped that one. Got inhale, long exhale. You got me all hyped up talking about cheeseburgers. And then I got stressed because somebody came in trying to shill artwork. I think you were firm yet polite. Nobody is going to buy in that set. Resets the parasympathetic nervous system. I know things. I did that one. You dropped on. Find that later. You'll have to find that one later. That was reasonable. Short inhale. How do I long exhale if I haven't taken in enough air? I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you, Kara. Short but strong. I just spit all over the TPC mono. Hey, you're on camera. You're over there. Imagine the air. Imagine the air leaving my body and punching that person in the face. Okay. We also do the shuddering inhale you do after you've been crying. That also resets the parasympathetic nervous system. Can we all just agree that parasympathetic nervous system is a really fun word to say, right? Like it's pretty fun. Curiously cuddly cryptid is also fun to say. I like alliteration. Where are you going, George? You getting down? Or are you just gonna stand there? He's like here now. I can't read chat if you're there. Go over here. Go over there. Okay, we're gonna try and play some of this game. Okay. If you've played this game before, what are you doing, George? He's now stood looking at a can of Coke in front of my PC monitor, which makes me very nervous. You gonna go down? There he goes. all the way. Somebody start a timer. Let's see how long it takes. Lusk Venom, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Bot Brigade. Do not let the power go to your head. I'm just a random bearded man on the internet. Thank you for the first time chat. I hope you're having a brilliant day. I'll be honest, energy-wise, I have been live for 30 minutes and I've yet to touch the game. We've been talking about hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and the difference between the two. So, let's at least get started with the gameplay. Yeah? I've played the game before, so I get access to these 4 special abilities at the beginning of my next run. Depending on how far you get in the previous run, you get access to various abilities. Okay? Transform a card turns one card into a literal other card. Isn't always the best because it's completely randomized. So you might pick something really good, hoping it switches into something equally good. Doesn't work. 3 random potions. That's a pretty good one to start with. I could take 21 damage, but I only have 70 health right now. 21 damage is a fair amount, and I can't tell you what the card is going to be. Losing your starting relic. I sometimes play with this. It gives you a random relic. The relic is this thing up here. So there are different things you can do in this game. You can play it with the mindset that you're going to get as many relics as possible, but because they're randomized, it's not necessarily easy to build a deck around them. So there's a lot of RNG involved. I can't beat this. I can't beat the game with the defect. The defect is the only character I've beat the game with. I am struggling in all other things. I am not a professional Slay the Spire player, but you're very welcome to hang out and instruct if you can. I play quite quick, fair warning. And super cool Blanky with a knife. Yes, this is him. This is Stabby Man's. We're gonna go 3 random potions. We've got 3 good potions to start with. Distill Chaos is real good. Distill Chaos just picks the first 3 cards of your deck and plays them regardless of the situation. You can randomize into some really good stuff with this. Regen Potion regenerates your health, self-explanatory. Upgrade all the hands for the rest of the combat. Sky, no egg toss. Well, I'm going to insult you now, Sky, but I'll activate the egg toss for you, because that's not necessarily a fail. Been a very high-spirited stream so far. Sky Alakar, you are, and Lusk. Can I call you Lusk? Is that a good way to put it? When somebody does the summon the fail whale redeem, but I've not failed at something, I get to insult them. So, Sky Alakar, you are a thrusonical, triped-visaged Gek. Thrasonical means boastful bragging, named after Thraso, a braggart soldier in an ancient Roman comedy. Tripe-visaged is with a face like a dish of entrails, which is possibly my favorite sentence. With a face like a dish of entrails. And a Gek is a dupe, a fool, or an object of scorn. There we go. So, 3 potions, because I picked that random 3 potion selection. Play the top 3 cards of my deck. I don't get to see them, they just play, which can be real good. It can also be real bad, because it's not situational. You just have to luck into something really special. Regen's my health, self-explanatory. Blessings of the Forge will upgrade all of the cards that I'm holding in my hand. So there's this concept in this game called upgrading. You can upgrade in 2 ways. You can upgrade from effects, so potions will generally supply a temporary upgrade to a card, or you can you can visit a blacksmith and you can upgrade a card that way. That will give the card a permanent upgrade, which, like, theoretically you could have like a punch attack that turns from a 6 damage to a 9 damage because you upgraded it. So they have the upgrade component varies depending on the card that you're using on. But we'll take those. And this might be a very familiar setup. What's your favorite card in the game? I am very partial to shivs. I love shivs. As a mechanic for the silent. Shivs. Any card that summons a shiv. It's very satisfying, but we'll see. This setup is very similar to how Inscription works. So you'll remember I really enjoyed the start of Inscription because it had a very similar process to this where you were proceeding up a map. This one is a bit different. You have fights, which is the standard skull. You have shops, which is the bag with an A on it. You have question marks, which can be a random event. Sometimes you find shops, sometimes you find fights, sometimes you find a bunch of other different stuff. And you have the horn skulls, which are an elite fight. You are guaranteed a relic drop from an elite fight. Anything else is randomized in the game. Mine is one that upgrades all your cards for combat. Begins with an A. Look for the streak. Thank you, Lalo. I appreciate you so much. Astro. We'll see if we can find it. There's a card that upgrades all of the cards in your hand for that fight. That is a fun card to play. So I have 2 routes to go up the map right now. Reasonably, I probably want to go to a shop sooner rather than later if I'm playing the silent, so it would be better to go left than right because I can go straight to a shop there. So we'll go here. I appreciate that it gives you a notification for the streaks. I mean, I have no power over that, but you're welcome. That's 1 dead. Those are 3 strikes. I should be talking those through a little bit more slowly. So we have a standard strike card. It does 6 damage. It costs 1. So the cost of the card, let me start again. Each round, you're given 3 energy. You can manipulate this with various card effects, but each standard round, you're given 3 energy. Each card has a given cost. So this card costs 1. It does 6 damage. I killed one of these. These things, these caterpillars, whatever you want to call them, have a special effect. So once you do damage to them, they activate their curl up effect. I can't do it. I'll show you on the next one. So if I attack him now, see the shield here? This is the creature's block stat. So there are various cards. I have a defend card here that would give 5 block. You can add block ahead of any damage that you're going to take. So if I played defend right now, I would get 5 block for the next round. And if this creature attacked me, it would have to get rid of that 5 block before it can damage my HP. But in fact, I don't have to do that because I can do... Nah, it's not going to work. That card was a survivor card. It gives me 8 block, but I have to discard a card. I'm going to discard this card. It doesn't go away forever. It just goes into my discard pile. When I run out of cards in my main deck, my discard pile goes back to my main hand. Like I did then with the Flashy Boy. So yeah, 1 strike, 2 strike, and he's dead. That's the standard gameplay loop. You get gold for each victory. I got 13 gold. You get potions sometimes. That potion isn't relevant to me. And you get to pick a new card for your deck. So, I talked about the Silent having 2 main strategies, or at least that's how I've played it so far. You have discard abilities, but you also have shivs and poison. Whenever you play a card this turn, the enemy loses HP. This sort of, I would say, fits into the discard sort of route. It's not poison and it's not shivs, so it fits in the other unnamed thing that I've got in my brain. A standard block card is pretty good, but I will take this. I'm going to take this, and it's going to be risky, right? Because currently I have no shivs in my deck. But if I get this and I get shivs, if I play this card for the rest of that round, all shivs will increase in damage. That's a good card to have. Assuming I can luck into shivs from the place. Of course I freaking can't. You've got no shits? No, I've got no shivs. I'm doing a technical explanation here, Curvy. Stop talking about shit in chat. That power is so good. If you get a lot of shivs, it is real good. But instead, because there's nothing here that implies shivs, we're gonna go with 2 poison cards to start. Because poison I'll trade you a shit for a shiv. I mean, what are you gonna do? Pooping it in a bag? This is a very weird conversation. Okay, so you get to see upgrades now. I clicked on a question mark. A random event happens when you click on a question mark. You find a shimmering mass of light encompassing the center of the room. Its warm glow and enchanting patterns invite you in. So, I can click on the glowing light and it will upgrade 2 random cards, but I will lose 14 health. At 64, that's definitely worth it. But because my deck is currently full of the basic bitch cards, it upgraded a strike and a defend. It could have been better if I'd got this further along and had more interesting cards to upgrade. As you walk through the light, you notice that the light is absorbed into you. It's scorching hot, however the pain quickly recedes. You feel invigorated, as though you've received a well-deserved slap. And then we do more fights. Okay, because I'm sort of talking you through the mechanics, I'm going to start using some of these potions. I like the distilled chaos potion. You drink this, it just plays 3 random cards. Doesn't cost you anything. Those are done, and now I can attack like I would on a normal round. 11 was the attack that it's going to do is broadcast above its head. You can sort of tell whether or not it's going to cast a status effect on you, if it's going to attack, if it's going to defend. I can say this monster is going to attack for 11 next turn, so I can do that and block with 10. So when it does damage to me, I'll only take 1 damage. There's that accuracy card that does nothing for me yet. Okay, so under the monster's health bar, you get the different effects. So this one, I have cast a card that will poison this creature every time I attack it. At the start of my turn, sorry, it will poison that creature. This is the poison effect that this monster is currently suffering from. It is currently suffering from 2 poison, so every time I add poison, every time a turn ticks over, this monster will take 2 damage. I can add 5 to that, so it's now going to take 7 damage from poison. I can also make it weak, which makes the attack damage it can do slightly less. And actually, I have no attacks to do. So for the sake of argument, I'm going to pop that, and you'll see how that works. I get 5 health points. Standard regen spell. Okay, so no matter what I do now, that was possibly a waste because that's only going to tick once more. Whatever I do now, that monster is dead from poison on the next turn, so I can just throw that at it. And then he dies. This is what we want. Actually, those are 2 very good. Those 2 cards are what we're sort of aiming for with a Shiv build. Okay, so Blade Dance will allow me to summon 3 Shivs into my hand. We're going to take that to get started. And you'll see how that works in a second. Not on the first hand, sadly. We do this. We do that. And we block because it's going to do 7 damage to me. You see? There we go. So, as I've talked about, the Silent, which is the character I'm currently playing, I tend to go in 2 directions. I tend to go heavy shivs or heavy poison, or sometimes, very rarely, like an amalgamation of the 2, depending on the cards that I pull. I have 2 cards as an example of this in hand right now. I have Noxious Fumes. This would give the creature poison at the start, 2 poison at the start of every turn. I also have Blade Dance, which will summon into my hand 3 shivs, and then I get to stab it 3 times. Shivs are super interesting because there are various sort of other cards that interact with them quite well. If I up my strength, I do more damage, so when I cast Blade Dance, I summon 3 shivs that could potentially have increased damage, so that's in 3 increased damage attacks. There is also a poison card in the game that whenever you attack something that doesn't have any block on the creature, it will apply poison to them for every attack that you do. So if you have that card and a shiv heavy deck, you can, with 1 energy, summon 3 shivs potentially. Each of those shivs do damage, but also each of those shivs could apply further poison. You might wonder what just happened then. This creature cast a special ability that inserted a slime card into my deck for this round. A slime card in your deck is bad because you only draw 5 cards per round unless there's some sort of effect on your deck. I could potentially draw a slime card now, which would do absolutely nothing. But we kill him and move on. Those are 3 really good cards. Okay. That's a good card because it gives me 6 block and 1 additional shiv. That's a good card because it applies 4 poison and 2 weak to all enemies, regardless of what they're doing on the thing. The bad thing is it exhausts. So there are two states that a card can go into once played. It can go into the discard pile, which will automatically reinsert into your deck after a certain amount of time, and it can go into the exhaust pile. If you exhaust a card, it is taken out of play for the entire fight. Or you can straight up double the person's poison, but that also has the effect, the exhaust effect on it. So because we're doing sort of like, this isn't an instructional video. I'm not a genius at this game. We're gonna pick the Shiv card because we're gonna go Shiv heavy. Okay, I'm saying a lot of words, so many words. I've arrived at a fire. I've got 2 options. I can rest. This will replenish 30% of my max HP, so in this case that would give me 21 additional health. Or I can go to a smith. If I go to the smith, that allows me to upgrade one of my cards. For the sake of argument, because I'm probably going to die because I'm speaking a lot, I'm going to go smith to show you the effect. When you click smith, you get access to every card in your deck. You can click one to update. This one is a good one for this example because it will allow me to summon 1 additional shiv when I play this card, and I can play confirm. I have seen some upgrades that affect the cast cost of the card. I have seen, it varies tremendously. That's good. A strange blue humanoid with a golden helm approaches you with a huge smile. Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services? The creature shouts loudly. I am. I'm going to heal for 35 gold. And we are max health. Hooray. And that means I can go to this fire, I can go to the smith, and I can upgrade yet another card. That's a good one because shivs will now do an additional 6 damage. I do a little bit of a fidget. Okay, chests. Chests are real great because you just arrive at a chest, you open it, and you get stuff. So, I get some gold. Excuse me. But I also get an additional relic. Every time you play 10 attacks, which is attacks are a special type of card, you gain 1 additional energy. So if I play 10 attacks, on my 10th attack, I will get whatever I'm doing at the time. I will get an additional energy that hand. Just for the lols, I'm going to drink my final potion. This will upgrade every card that's currently in my hand for the rest of this fight. They'll then reset. So if you drink, as an example, strike got additional damage, poison got additional poison, all of my defense got additional block, and cloak and dagger allows me now to summon 2 shivs instead of 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to defend. We're going to attack with 2 shivs, and we are going to do the poison. So many shivs. Freaking love shivs. This card is good because it's a 0 cast cost, so I can cast this at any time. I do this, it lowers the damage that creature could have potentially done. I also give myself a bit of defense. I talked about this before. You get the difference on the... You can't see it. On the right-hand side of my screen, I've got my discard pile and I've got my exhaust pile. You can go into your exhaust pile and look at which cards have taken out of play for the entire round, or you can go into your deck and see which cards are eventually going to come back to you. When they go back into your deck, they will be randomized, so you can't cheat and look at this as a matter of order. That is officially the first time I've used that camera skill as a thing to be able to reveal something to you on screen. How useful is that? I can be up here. I could be down there. Great. He's going to be dead next hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. And then we're going to attack him twice. Block. 2 shivs. Additional poison. A strike. And he's dead next hand. Gold. Liquid potion. Liquid bronze is a thorns potion. And an additional blade dance. Because we like stabbies. We go to the smith. We make the blade dance more special. We continue. Okay, so because I am probably going to fail this one quite abruptly and stupendously, actually thinking about it, if I go, so this is where you plan your route, right? If I go towards the elite here, I could do the elite as an example to you, but I will be brute forced to go to his second elite almost immediately, which means when I get to the final boss at the top, I will probably have less health than if I go the other route. So thinking with portals, we go to the right to avoid at least one of the elites. Fine. He has the ability to take money from me and does immense amounts of damage, which is irritating. You can only hold 7 cards in your hand at once. Blade Dance now summons 4, so if I was to use Blade Dance this hand, I would lose 1 because that would be my 11th card. So what I need to do as I open this hand is reduce the numbers of cards in my hand first. So what I do is I can cast Block, I can get 1 Shiv out the way, I can then use that and get multiple Shivs out the way. I can then... I don't want to take 10 damage. We'll take 2 damage instead. No, we'll take none because I already had some. Poisoned. You. And then punched. And he's dead next turn to poison. Good. We got our stolen money back, and we get an additional card. All enemies lose 6 strength this turn, which would be good because that would reduce attack power if there are multiple enemies. Something that I'm coming around to, you don't have to take any of these rewards, so I'm going to skip. And we're going to avoid the elite because I'm a chicken. We cast Noxious Fume, so they all take poison next hand. We will not be able to... 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So I just took a Thorns potion. This gives me 3 thorns on my person, so when this guy is attacked, he will always automatically do 3 damage to the attacking creature. You're a chicken, Kara. I've seen you in the field eating corn or whatever chickens do in fields. Okay, Blade Dance. I do love me some corn. Frickin' corn, am I right? He's dead anyway. More shivs. Okay, we have a question mark. Random event is a shop, which is good. I have no money really. We're gonna take a strength potion. We take a strength potion. 5 minutes till an ad break, chat. We go to the fire. We heal up before we go into the final boss fight, and then we do the final boss fight. So at the end of each length of the map, there is a boss fight to have. This guy is going to do all sorts of stuff, which I'll talk through as we go. These bosses randomize, so there is always a different boss at the end of each run. There are 3 runs. Sorry. There are 3 maps in one run. There's no music, which is weird. There are 3 maps in one run. At the end of each map, there is a boss. Each of those bosses can randomize, but they randomize on their level. They don't randomize between, so you're not going to get a really hard creature at the beginning. There are different levels of bosses at the end of each section. We do this. Why is there no music? That's really. There we go. Shivs and additional poison. Okay, I got to use that accuracy card, which means when I play my Shiv, I get 10 damage instead of 4. We also want to defend because he's going to do 6 times 6 damage. Can anybody at home tell me what 6 times 6 is? It's 36. I'm a social worker, I don't do maths. It's funny because I work in marketing and I don't do maths either. 6 times 6 sixes is not 60. An attempt was made. Oh, the music's playing though. I can cancel that. I don't know why the music wasn't playing initially. Okay, so shivs and a strength potion are super interesting. So these shivs are going to do up to 10 damage a piece anyway. If I cast a strength potion and then play shivs, they now do 15 damage a go. But we also have to defend because he's going to do 10 damage to us. Well, not desperately, but we will. More blade dances. Continue to shiv. Block. Additional shivs. So many shivs. That means he's gonna potentially block or cast a buff. So additional shiv. I've said shiv too many times. It's lost all meaning. So, throughout this fight, he's been casting fire spells on us. The fire spells leave a burn effect, and because it leaves a burn effect, it inserts a status effect. Inserts a status effect card into my deck. These are generally unplayable, and if this card remains in my hand at the end of a turn, I take 2 damage, which I'm not really worried about right now. And he's dead to poison. So So, for killing a boss, you get a good amount of gold, you get an additional potion, and you get to pull a generally rare card. I think they are always rare, having said that, not generally rare, but... Okay, so these are 3 pretty special cards in the grander scheme of things. Deal 14 damage, discard all non-attack cards in your hand. Kind of doesn't... I mean, it doesn't really do anything other than do a lot of damage and then just leaves you with some cards in your hand. This is good, but because the energy isn't really affected by the cards that I've got, this will only ever take away 3 and apply 3. So if I have 3 energy and cast this on my first hand, I will use all of my energy in one go because X is however much energy you have remaining. Enemy loses X strength, so it could lose up to 3, but it will not always be 3. And apply X weak will not always be 3 weak. That one is pretty good. At the end of your turn, lose 1 dexterity. It's not great because your blocks become less effective. But you gain 2 you gain 2 intangible. So for 2 rounds, you will not take any damage, or I think it decreases all damage to 1. I take this one because it is a low-cost 14 damage card. Because as much as untangible would be good, not going to change my life. There's an ad. Okay. We've been going for an hour. I mean, like, half an hour of that was me talking about hamburgers and ranting at artists, but... No, that's the wrong button. The ad is now in progress, so for 3 whole minutes you get to witness me own my beard. Enjoy, I guess. We didn't do the usual thing, so for the subscribers that are in channel right now, or anybody with a potential ad blocker, if you have achieved anything big or small since the last time we spoke, I would love to hear about it. Big achievement could be successfully beating Slay the Spire, because I can't do that. Small achievement could be learning the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger. It's not much. I learned the term hamburger is because of Hamburg. Not because of pigs. No. My streams, it's educational. We're making a difference at Kara. We're making a difference in people's lives here. We're teaching them how to play Slay the Spire. We're teaching them that hamburgers aren't related to pigs anyway. Changing lives. And there we go. Let's Let's get back to playing some actually playing some cards. So, when you defeat the boss at the end of a map, you get one of 3 relics. We got 3 here. Calling Bell. Upon pickup, obtain a unique curse. We've not experienced curses yet, so I might pick this one, and 3 additional relics up here. So double the effectiveness of poisonous could be really good. Or gain energy at the start of your turn. You cannot play more than 6 cards per turn. From experience, Sacred Bark is pretty good for the double potions. This one, it's a unique curse that you can't get rid of. So we're going to go Sacred Bark. We'll have other opportunities to talk about curses. You didn't see any of that because my camera was up. I promised stuff happened. It's up here now. I picked a Sacred Bark. Sure, Chim. We believe you. Yeah, totally. I swear on my brand new Curiously Cuddly Cryptid hat. So, boss fights all along, like regular fights all along the bottom, which is fine. This one could lead to more randomness, which I am always prone to, so I'm probably going to go here. It's a very cute hat. I'm very proud of this hat. I'm representing the Curiously Cuddly Cryptid brand in all its finery. So these creatures have a flight ability. They do 50% less attack damage whilst flying, and you can do 3 damage to them, which drops them onto the floor. We're just gonna kill him and then move on to the next one. Now, what do I have to do to get you a Kara hat? You have to draw one, or you know, like pay one to be drawn. I should have cast that first. Shit. Challenge accepted. Fair enough. Do it. I dares you. How come that was 14 exactly? Why is that doing 1 less damage than it said it was? Weird. Down he goes! Yeah, if anybody ever wants to, like, depending on whether or not I know you, like, will vary. You want to draw me a hat? I do not want to take advantage of any artists. Like, do so knowing full well that it is not commission work, and I can't pay everybody. But you know, anything like along those lines is appreciated. I would love to be able to pay everybody, but I can't. A long line of hooded figures can be seen entering an unassuming cathedral. Naturally, you join the line and are quickly surrounded by cultists. They ignore you as they gleefully chant and wave their weapons around. Murder, 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 core, core, core. Murder, 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 core, core, core. Okay, I've got 2 options. I had a donation box. I can steal 99 gold, or I can stay in the line and obtain a ritual dagger. I will lose 6 health, but I will get a card that deals 15 damage. If the attack is fatal and kills the creature, it permanently increases the damage of the card by 3. That's a permanent increase for the entire game. So we're going to take that. That's a good card. Oh, really? You come across an ornate building which appears abandoned. A plaque that has been torn free from a wall is on the floor. It reads, "The Library." Inside you find countless rows of scrolls, manuscripts, and books. You pick one and cozy yourself into a chair for some quiet time. I can read and pick one of 20 cards to add to my deck, or I can heal myself. Position to heal thyself. Reading is for chumps. You doze off in a comfy chair instead. Z. You wake up feeling refreshed. Reading is for chumps. It's not. Personally, I don't read books. If you read books, more the power to you, because I don't. This guy sucks because he has a shit ton of defense, which he doesn't lose. So it's just a job of doing as much damage to him as physically possible. Wow, I had literally nothing in my hand that I could continue to use. Blade Dance, and that one. I used a potion which allowed me to summon a card from my discard pile directly to my hand and make the cost 0. I'll draw an additional 6. This is what I was looking for. Where were you like 10 minutes ago? Additional shivs, dead. Thank you. 0 cost, 7 block is pretty good. Okay, we're getting high enough now that we've got enough money that we can start buying relics from this place. Upon pickup, choose to add 5 cards to your deck. So, we got 3 options, right? Start each combat with 1 strength, which will just increase the damage I do immediately every single game. We've got upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. I do not get to choose. So this will upgrade 2 random attacks in my deck. I won't get to choose which one, so it's not great. This one will just increase the number of cards I have in my deck by 5, but will give me the 5-card relic is OP. I always take it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. It allows me to pick 5 cards as if I've just won 5 rounds. 1 additional Blade Dance. 1 additional Accuracy. 1 additional Blade Dance. I'll take a Bane for 10 damage, and I'll take a upgraded Backstab. That will always appear in my hand because it is innate. Innate is a thing which means that the beginning of every round I will always start with it in my hand. It deals 15 damage, but it costs nothing. We'll take that. And we get to rest as well. That's pretty good. That was a good turnout. We are going to increase the number of shivs. I always get good cards from it, yeah. I hate the shelled parasites. They can suck an egg, because they will replenish their armor every round. We do a defense. We do a backstab. We'll go poison. And take some damage here. That's what we need. Oh, this is going to be something special. No. No! I read that as Blade Dance. Okay, we're going to cast both accuracies. We're going to block and gain an additional shiv that does 14 damage. So I upgraded the attack of my shivs twice. I need a Blade Dance on the next hand. Or 2. 2 Blade Dances. There we go. So, 2 accuracies. One was a 6, one was a 4. 14. And that is why shivs are good if you can get those upgrades in damage. An additional blade dance. We're gonna have to rest though, I think. I got a rat. The merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions. All prices are reduced by 20%. This is a good run. It feels like a good run. They go very wrong very quick. But the whole issue I had was I kind of hoped that if I went live, I would break. I've been having a really bad streak of bad luck in this game, and I was kind of hoping that the first I would have stream luck. I would go live, I would stream the game for the first time, and because I was streaming it for the first time, I would instantly win. I got a strawberry, and it increases my maximum health. I'm going to upgrade again, which will be additional damage via accuracy. I'm not going to kill an elite because I don't want to risk too much damage because we've got a good deck. That would have been really good if I had an accuracy in hand. We poison. We do shivs. Freaking love shivs. Love me some shivs. Block a bit. Continue to attack the guy in the back. Okay, that's a high damage round, so we'll deflect. We'll defend. We got 12. It's not full, but not bad. We'll do that. And we will do 14 damage to you. Absolutely gonna wreck face. 7 whole damage. What a bastard. Additional shiv damage. Yeah, that one's doing so much damage now. He has strength 6, so his damage is only going to increase. The good news is I don't have to attack him next round because he's going to be dead to poison. Look at all that split. See, this is what you want on a boss fight later on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and dead. 1, dead anyway. He was dead, you know. Shivs, freaking love shivs. So many shivs. No. Two accuracies on the first hand is good. We do backstab. We do weakness. We do both accuracies that we've got. We also do a... We do a block. That's what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4... And Ritual Dagger, which will increase the cards. No. No, not yet. Not yet. Chill out. I need to do a little bit. I need to nudge him. Do this. And then if I use Ritual Dagger, it will kill him, which will increase the damage that this card does by 3. Nope. If I could get rid of some of the low-level cards in my deck, I would be picking up additional attack damage, but we've got so many shivs. Rest. Next boss fight. This might be... I might be foolish, but it will get rid of this. He had a status effect called Artifact, which means if I cast any status effect against him, he just wipes it off. Because I've got rid of all of his artifacts now, if I cast poison on him, he'll be poisoned. He wouldn't have been poisoned before. We will take this opportunity while he's thinking to cast an accuracy. Don't know why, but you're saying shivs like 1 million times. It's hilarious to me. Shivs? You like shivs, Kirby? You want to talk about shivs for a full minute while I stare into the webcam? That's a terrible hand. Poison. Noxious fumes. Defend. I drank a potion, which will give me this. It gives me 2 of them at 0 cost. So every time I attack him now, he will get 2 additional poison. So I've already cast accuracy once. So I do this. And every time I do that, he's getting additional poison. That was a lot of shivs. Oh, we did so much damage to him. That's what we like. More shivs. And he's poisoned, so Bane, this is the first time you'll have seen Bane today. Bane does 10 damage as standard for 1 cost, but if the creature is poisoned, it does an additional 10 damage. So pop. He is almost dead. In fact, he's dead on the next round. That was a good boss fight. I've had worse boss fights. I always make the mistake and take this. It's not as good as I think it is. Whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to all enemies. That's good, because if I cast that and then have shivs, every time I use a shiv, Cuddly Cryptid likes when I say shiv, it does 1 additional damage to every single monster on the field. Shivs. Okay. Pandora's Box will transform all of my strike and defend cards, which is useless, because they will just become random cards and I have no control over what form they're going to take. They could just be terrible. Additional relics would be useful. For every elite I kill, I get an additional relic, but I've been kind of avoiding them because we got a good set of cards in the deck to begin with. I'm going to pick Empty Cage. Upon pickup, remove 2 cards from your deck. So, this allows me to go through my deck and go, okay, what's not sparking joy? And you know what's not sparking joy? Standard attacks, because the more of these attacks I remove, the fewer cards are in my deck, the more likely I am to pull shivs. The frickin' Beyond guy. Okay. This is a really good run until I saw who was at the end of it. If I make it that far, I probably won't win. If I want to hit up a shop at all, there's one there and one there. So if I go straight up the middle and hang a left, backstab, accuracy. I've only got 1 defend in hand, so that's not a waste. I defend. He's going to do 10 damage to me no matter what I do. I could have pulled 6 cards, but I'm sort of saving this. Two Blade Dances is good. No, 1 defend, really, after all that? 1 defend. He's dead anyway. Skip. These guys have a unique but really irritating ability. I can't kill all 3 of them without killing all. I have to kill 1, 2, 3 because if I don't kill them all at once, they respawn. Backstab. Accuracy for the shivs. Noxious, and they're also going to do so much damage to me. This is where I bottom out because I'm not gonna. I remove cards and I'm not going to have enough defense. Yeah, see, there are all my defend cards. Where were you 2 rounds ago? You do that. What I'm trying to do is get these guys down to a certain level at the same time as each other. And then we defend. Should have used the survivor. Shit. More accuracy. Shivs. Dead, dead, dead. More shivs! So many shivs. She sells shivs. She sells sea shivs at the shiv store. That was a lot of words. I could get a relic. Not worth it. I have not picked up a single curse this entire run. That's good because it's healing. Cards which exhaust. She sells sea shivs at the shiv store. Mentioned corn and it made my brain want corn and now I have corn. What corn do you have? I'm going to take heal at half health. So when I hit half health, I will always gain 12 HP. I'm going to take a strength potion. And I'm going to take a do 20 damage to everybody potion. Or Sky actually using my emote. I just have normal golden sweet kernel corn. That sounds, as a person that doesn't enjoy corn as an experience, that sounds gross. But each to their own. I like corn on the cob as long as it's got loads of butter and lots of pepper on it. I can take or leave corn as a textural experience. Oh, we're going to do that. We are going to heal to full and lose 10. That's not bad considering where we are, because I get to use the smith here as well. We've maxed out all of the shivs. What does that do? So that changes. This card will increase in damage by 5 if I level it up. We'll do that. There's a fight in chat. This is perfect, because I'm going to do this. That immediately does 20 damage to everybody. I'm going to do this. No. We're going to defend once. I really didn't want to use these so soon. We're going to do drink 10 to get 10 strength. We're going to do... That sucks that I've had to use that almost immediately. That was a very quick hand, but we used 2 potions to get it that quick. More poison for the poison gods. We're gonna rest. No, we're not gonna rest. We're gonna smith. Mr. Smith, we would like curry corn, though. Thoughts on cream corn? The words creamed corn as a sentence makes me feel sick. Like, those 2 words together, that's not it. That's not it, Sky. You need to dial back. Eternal Feather, for every card... For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP when you rest at a site. So that will do my that'll be good for my last rest. I'll eat all your corn then. I feel like I ate some bad corn as a child, and now I'm jaded towards all corn. This has been... I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed in the final boss fight because this is how every single one of my runs goes. But this has been a real good run. I've almost looked professional. 15? Where are all my accuracies at? See, that's so much damage. Now a 10? I'm so injured. I'm pretty sure he's not dead next turn. Brute force him down. That's such a I can rest. Excuse me. Rest. Back to full health. Okay. We're fine, but if we have 2 more of those in the next 2 rounds, we're screwed. That's a tentacle. Should have used my strength potion because that would have been so much damage. We'll use it now. Okay, half health on first hand is pretty good. $22? The hell did I do? Oh, he did 10 damage with frickin' he did 10 damage with constrict. That was rough. Don't fuck me, that's not too bad. Concentrating now. Not that I wasn't concentrating before, but still. See, 11 and 2 8s. Shit. I fucked it. Did I just fuck it? That's so much damage. 11. I'm gonna be so injured. Oh, I thought I was done. I get an instant heal because I was well under half health. I get a poison potion, which will apply 12 poison. And nothing. And then I can rest. Back to 44. All the way to 67. 64. That's not a bad recovery. But I'm going to go on record and say, I'm pretty sure this is a time-traveling slug. And it's not good. Is this the guy? He does shit to you the more cards you use, which for a Shiv build is not great. And he has every piece of health under the sun. And is about to do 26 damage to me. Yeah, your turn ends every time you hit his number. So I hit 12 cards played and then it reset. And then I Look how much. Oh, this is just gonna be straight death. I'm dead. And this is why this game is evil, because that was a great run. That was a brilliant run. And because I had Shivs and played like 12 cards in 3 turns, he just fucked me. And this is why this game is infuriating, and I'm really sad. It's taken me 2 hours to do one run for one thing, which is a hell of a long time. But this is why this game is infuriating, because I can get to that final boss, but every time I get to that final boss, I either get one that just doesn't match up with the cards that I'm playing, or I just, like, I have no health and they two-shot me. We can go quicker this time because there's less of an explanation. So, 4 choices. Get good, Chim. I mean, it's literal RNG. Do you have a connection with RNG Jesus, or whatever they call him on the internet? Lose all gold, obtain 1 rare relic, pop. What do we get? Prevent the first time you would lose HP to combat. I'll put in a call. What? Ooh. That wiggled everything on my desk. Testify, or whatever they say. That one. Don't clip that. You didn't clip the hamburger, you shouldn't clip that. I got slimed. Nothing. I should have clipped you putting that advertiser in their place. I still feel I feel immediately guilty about that. Like, I'm not sure if that was rude. I don't want to put rude energy out there, but it infuriates me. If only because there are so many better ways. If that is legitimately a person that is producing art, like, I've met some really cool people. I don't want to get up on my soapbox again on the subject, but I've met some really cool, talented artists. TLB, tiny little boy in the community, brilliant. One of the best people I know. There are so many better ways, if that person is a legitimate artist, to market yourself. I get the logic, but holy shit. It's like cold calling. I imagine it's like people that do cold calling. Like, hello, would you like to buy this cooker? No. Oh, okay then. No, fuck off. I really don't want to buy this cooker. Oh no, you're literally the worst person on earth. And then puts phone down. I imagine it's just disheartening and just there are so many better things they could be doing with their time. I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm sad for them. It feels very similar to door-to-door sales or telemarketing. Yeah. It's just you could do. There are so many other things they could be doing. Tim's dead. We got a first poison card. Ooh. Okay, this shows it off as well. So, I'm still teaching you things about Slay the Spire, chat. There is this subtype of cards called curses. You can remove a curse when you go to a merchant unless there's a reason why it specifically can't be removed, and you pay gold to get them removed from your deck. So in this case, I can get a free 100 gold. No consequences. Or I can get 275 gold and become cursed with regret. At the end of your turn, lose HP equal to the number of cards in your hand. So if I take this and that curse comes up from my deck, all I have to try and do is play as many cards from my hand as possible to take less damage. So that's good. I get 275 gold, and then they'll inevitably... Hang on. There will inevitably be... Oh, the shop's so far away. Yeah, I didn't check the map. I didn't check the map. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I should have checked the map. There it is. So yeah, unplayable. Can't play it from my hand. When I end the round, when I end this hand, if this card is still in my deck, if this card is still in my hand, I will take damage based on the number of cards remaining in my hand. So 1, 2, 3 means I will take 1 HP's worth of damage. Or 2. In that case. Because there were 2 cards. That's how curses work, and they're all different. No. Oh my god, a thief. And I immediately pull that on the first time. Oh, that sucks. Oh, this is where discard decks are really good, because what you can do is I can play a card that requires a discard to activate, and I can discard the curse, and then it is no longer in my hand. What I mean about playing quick. I play too quick. The difficulty is if I was really good at maths, I could probably absolutely annihilate this game. But I'm not. So I play fast and hope that something sticks, and it doesn't always. Nothing. I've picked up basically nothing so far. More poison! Think about how many cards that we'd got new at this point on that previous run. We can use a potion. It's going to increase our damage. He's dead next turn anyway, so I can start attacking his friend. We get defend and do some attacks. We defend because that's all I could do, and he's dead. More poison. Apply 3 poison to random 3 enemies. So this is a grenade that bounces back and forth if there are multiple enemies on the field, or up and down if there is only 1 enemy on the field. No, mushroom. No. On death applies 2 vulnerable. I'll be vulnerable if I kill one of these, so it's better to try and kill them at the same time if I can. Neutralize his attack. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. So I can do that to him. He'll die next turn. Irritatingly, he's going to do 9 damage. Okay. He's not going to die. 13. Shit. That was too much. And now he's dead anyway, but 13 was a lot. I'm going to take a 0 cost 6 attack because 0 cost 6 is a good. That's good math. We get a chest. Whenever you play 10 cards, draw 1 additional card. We're going to randomize. We're going to go crazy. Random. That's a shot. That's great. We wanted a shot. We want shivs. We want poison. We want to remove the curse that's on us. What have we got? At the start of each combat, apply 4 poison. Sure. As you make your way down a long corridor, this is what I imagine it's like walking into Kirby's house. It's like bananas and presents and donuts hanging from the ceiling. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. No, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There is a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do you do? You're not far off? I'm just going to take the self-heal. You eat the banana, it's nutritious and slightly magical, healing you. I'm not falling for that so close to the end of the level. That's just take damage repeatedly until you get a relic. I think lanterns and clouds and things that fly. And lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! I should stop yelling. It is almost 11 o'clock. I say that a lot in this channel. Has anybody noticed? Oh my god, it's tiny imps. So, that was the effect of the twisted funnel that I got because I started. They all got 4 poison. Which means I can also add... I'm trying to think of what's the best thing to do. He's doing a shit ton of damage. So 1, 2, he's dead. Less damage for him. Block for me. Psyche, louder, make your neighbors ask more questions. I do wonder what the neighbors do. We live above a pair of very lovely old people. Like, they're absolutely adorable. We did so well with the neighbors that we got when we moved into this house, but I do wonder what they think we do at night when I'm yelling and shouting at video games. There's an ad in 5 minutes, chat. We're probably going to go a bit longer than usual, but I'll probably go till the end of this run and then see how we get on. That one... Is that the one? He's dead next turn. You're dead next turn. And I'm defending... I should have killed the guy that was attacking me. That would have been intelligent. Shivs! Here comes the shivs, here comes the shivs. Hey there, baby, baby. You are my shivy child, my shivy child. Don't say maybe, baby. You're supernatural, coming undone. Let's get him poisoned firsthand. Nothing like 20 poison on the first go. This is another boss fight with no music. Where? There it is. Night Sprite. Holy butts, Night Sprite.
Night_Sprite just raided with 11 viewers.
What were you playing? Were you still playing the Anne game? What's it called? Harvest Moon. Did you have a good stream? Welcome, Ryan. Welcome to chat. Night Sprite. Welcome to chat. Camaro Cho Lullaby, welcome to chat. How is it going, everybody? My name is Chimken, otherwise known as Chim. I have experienced today this wonderful thing called Mondays. We shipped all the pineapples and made bank. Congratulations. Don't spend it all in one place. We've experienced this thing. We've experienced this wonderful thing called... Is this a bald-friendly stream? Yeah, oh, totally. Like, totally. I mean, I would love to say I'm like fake bald. This is a cutthroat razor shave. It's not... I'm not this bald usually. But yeah, totally bald friendly. We like eggs around here, hence the name. RightBigChimken. See? It's all circuitous. All of my marketing is a big circle. Raiders, my name is Chimken, otherwise known as Chim. I'm a variety streamer, and today I've experienced that wonderful thing called Monday. Mondays suck. I don't know about anybody else in chat, especially if you work a 9-to-5 job. Mondays are absolutely terrible, and today is no different. Why do you think I sub-hit? Ryan, you've got hair. You're going to make me look at your hair next, because I've seen you on camera, and I'm pretty sure you're not bald. Mysterious. Yeah. So, because you're like 61 years old. Oh, it's going. Okay. You gotta get a cutthroat shave like me. You gotta get the man with the little razor that goes across it and makes it all nice. Get the beard trim. You know, get your hair on fleek. Get your hair on fleek. Ryan uses hair regrower, fake bald, nice. I mean, I'm not rushing into baldness. Like, no, I have no offense to people that are bald, but I'm not rushing myself. My family either goes two directions. They either go very grey, not rushing in like night. I mean, can you grow a beard like mine though? Like, I feel like basically my family go two directions. They either go very grey, very young, or very bald, very young. Somehow I did neither. That doesn't mean I'm adopted. But I can grow a lot of hair on my face. But yes, today we experienced this wonderful thing called Monday, and it wasn't very good. So we're playing a comfort game today. It is called Slay the Spire. It is your standard roguelike deck builder. If you have to rush off after the raid, I appreciate it so much, Night Sprite. Do not feel like you have to hang around on my account. Please rest, do whatever you do after streams, because I know when I raid, I like to go in, I like to say hi, I like to check the vibe, and then sometimes I've just got some after stream admin to do, and it's, you know, don't hang about on my account. There is also an ad. You have also timed this very interestingly because we are about to go into our top of the hour ad break. So if you hang around for 57 seconds, you'll watch me comb my beard for 3 minutes. It's super exciting. Go. Poison. So yeah. Are any of the raiders familiar with Slay the Spire, and would anybody like me to explain the standard game mechanics? Because I've done that once today and I will happily do it again. I've seen it played before, but not played it myself. This is a boss fight, so it'll make more sense when we're out into the next area. Let me get through this area, and the ad's going to start any second. We saw Kaizen1 play it. It's a real good game. I can recommend it, Slay the Spire, especially if you like sort of RNG-based deck builders. There is an ad happening any second, chat. You will not miss the action. I will pause for the 3 minutes. Let me rush. I'll rush through the boss fight. Everything Brood hates, bald RNG and card games. I mean, me and Brood have met in Ryan's chat. We had a nice sharing moment. It was a good memorable time. The ad is now running, so we're just going to go full screen for 3 minutes. At this point, I like to say it's very important to practice proper self-care. So we take a little pause at the top of every ad, 3 minutes to run an ad. We comb our beards. We talk about things like our day, and I hope everybody's having a nice time. What else do we do? You go get a glass of water and you take care of yourselves. I'm a massive hypocrite when I ask you to go get a glass of water because I'm constantly chronically dehydrated. So it's one of those situations where it's like, don't do bad things like I do. Go take care of yourselves, chat. And I get to sing. But yeah, I feel like Brood and I had a sharing moment in Vulcan Ryan's chat. So they're either really against bald or, you know, I remember it fondly. You probably can't hear me because there's an ad. I'm talking to myself right now, potentially. I can hear you. Okay. Is that chicken picking its nose? My nose? Which chicken are we talking about? That chicken? Oh no, that chicken up there, it's going... I see and hear you always. That's creepy. Curiously cuddly creeped. Curiously cuddly creeped. There we go. That should be your new nickname in the Discord, Kirby. Just saying. Good. It's supposed to be. Okay. I feel I'm being attacked. I'm under threat, chat. I'm under threat. Good, feel threatened. I'm a bad bitch. Curiously cuddly cryptid is not a bad bitch. We'll run another poll, Kirby, just for you. Is curiously cuddly cryptid a bad bitch? Question mark. Yes. No. We will not allow additional votes, and we will run it for 2 minutes. Go, chat. A bad botch. Because it doesn't let me. Tell me how much you platonically love and appreciate me. Okay. This one's going to be interesting. I've created a monster. Kara wants to do this redeem all the time. No, we need the good chill chicken beat music on. Just want chat to know I won't stub my toe and didn't cry or cuss or anything. Okay, how much do I appreciate Kara? Kara, I appreciate you. I don't know why I'm saying it like I'm preaching, but Kara, I appreciate you. Since you've been in chat these last few months, I've been having a really nice time talking to both you and the sister-in-law that you introduced to our community, Rachel. You both seem like absolutely brilliant people, and whilst I'm not as active in your chat as I would like to be, because I do have a tendency to lurk in people's other chats, whilst doing several other things like playing a video game or watching other video footage, it's been really pleasant getting to know you, Kara, in chat, and I know you are very friendly with Curiously Cuddly Cryptid, who is also now very much one of my close personal friends. I consider Curiously Cuddly Cryptid one of the best people I know, and if you are sort of like in their good books, you are like immediately in my good books, because that just means you're a good person, because I trust Curvy, I like to call Curiously Cuddly Cryptid, to have a good opinion of people, because I know they do. So yeah, you're fine. I think I ran a timer then. I've inadvertently become an ASMR person, because I feel like that's just like the self-affirmations ASMR people do. Maybe that's what I was going for. Okay, the answer. The jury is still out. Tara's a good egg. Rachel, how's it going? I was just talking about you. The jury is still out, Kirby. No, we still don't know whether or not you're a bad bitch. Two yes, 2 no. But Raiders, if you are still here after that short commercial break, I appreciate you so much. It's really awkward when a raid happens and then there's a 3-minute break. Know in my heart of hearts I'm the baddest bitch. It's not true though. Mondays are great pizza days, I'm finding. How so? The irony is, I've had 3 pizzas since Friday. It's not irony, it's like, I just need to tell, I'm sort of proud of that. I had a pizza Friday, and I had a pizza Sunday, and I had a pizza tonight. Here, the 5th one is free. I just made some and it's made my day better. Can I just say, Ryan, because you took the recommendation of the tea that I made you, the biscuit tea, right? You're enjoying the biscuit tea. There is another product that I'm going to recommend to you, and you may or may not appreciate this as an experience. It will entirely depend whether or not you can get it, but it is called Induja. And if you like pepperoni pizza, Induja is a spreadable, it's like a spreadable pork sausage conserve. It's like pepperoni pate that you put on pizza, and it sort of melts in, and it makes everything all spicy and good. And you should try it if you've not tried Induja before. Do it for me. Do it for me. And tell me what you think. Induja. Induja. Its name sounds like it will give you crazy dreams. Indubitably. Okay, so at the end of fighting a boss, we get a new relic. We'll just take that one. For anybody joining the stream, I'll do a very quick explanation because, to be honest, the stream's not going to go on much longer this evening. I am going to be here until at least the end of this run. This game, 3 maps, boss at the end of each map. You progress till the very end. The idea is to defeat the 3 maps and then win. It is a standard roguelike deck builder, so throughout the game, you are building a deck of various effects to your advantage and sometimes your disadvantage. At the same time, you are picking up relics as you go. Each of them has an individual special power. As an example, I just defeated a boss and I picked up a runic pyramid, which means at the end of my turn, because each fight or like instance that you're involved with one of the monsters in this game is classified as a combat, and you play cards to cast different spells. This will mean that every hand of the card game that I'm playing, I will keep the cards that are left in my hand at the very end. Other than that, I've done a full technical explanation of how this game plays. It is absolutely brilliant. My friend Lorquin introduced it to me. Honestly, you should give it a go. It's not really story. It's instead of a roguelike. This is a roguelike according to the Wikipedia, but I'm learning just recently that nobody really knows the difference between those two terms, because I've seen roguelites and I've seen roguelikes, and some people call them one and some people call them the other. Basically, if there's a level of RNG, I think, you know, there's no rogue heavy. Is that a thing? I looked it up yesterday and it was inconclusive. Nobody can agree. And I think based off like the general accepted terms, this is a roguelite, but the developers refer to it as a roguelike, and I just get confused. So generally, if I'm listing the information anywhere, I go by what their Wikipedia page says. Maybe I should actually play Rogue. It is £3 on Steam. But thank you very much for the first time chat, Devious. I hope you're having a good day. DD, what would you like me to refer to you as? Devious? Would you like, is Devious your first name or your last name? Go there. I should, like, I've looked at, honestly, having enjoyed this game so much the last couple of weeks, I've looked at Rogue quite. I feel like Rogue is a little, I don't know, I'm very judgmental when it comes to absolutely ancient games. And people call me Dev, but you can call me if you want a good time. I appreciate that. I'm blushing. I think one of them you get to carry some things over through a playthrough. Yeah. That is a mechanic I'm aware of in other games. Do this. Thank you for the pinball. And because everybody's, you know, we'll do it now. Very important question, chat. Heads or tails? I got too many cards in my hand. Very simple explanation I gave when I entered this map. Also, at the end of each fight, you get your choice of expanding your deck by picking one of 3 cards. I'm betting all my channel points again. What's your deck look like? It's not good. This second run has been much worse. I had a very good Shiv and Poison build going the first run that we did on stream today. This one has been a little, like, generally I lean towards heavy Shiv builds under the Silent. Terror's not bad in that situation. But yeah, this is the customization I've managed to get out of the RNG pools, and it's not great. Is not great. Answer the coin flip is heads. What's outcome? Heads. Prediction results. Kara walks away with an additional 4K-ish. Skylar Carr put in 5K. Rachel, Dilemma, all lost. Congratulations, Kara. Alchemize, I do enjoy. I am an Alchemize fan. But for a little context, Devious, because you seem to know, I'm gonna make an expert. I'm gonna make an educated guess. You know what you're talking about when you play it when it comes to this game. I've managed to defeat the game once. Well, I defeated the game once and then immediately switched to a different character. But I've got a victory with the robot. I can't remember the names. The robot, the lightning guy, you know, the robot. I've struggled to get victories with any other character. I am beginning to lose my mind because the number of times I get up to the final boss and just lose steam or have a really good build and get the sodding time-traveling snail. Gain 5 HP. Now I'm back to where I was at the beginning of stream. Okay, well, that sounds like a challenge, Kara. So we'll do another one before the end of stream. Heads or tails, chat? Very important question. Ring of the Snake, lose this relic. I've never seen this one. An odd creature with a hunchback sprouting several tentacles is scrounging through a pile of trash and debris in front of you. As you approach, he shuffles towards you in a non-threatening manner. Neloth hungry. Feed Neloth. I've got the pyramid, which means all cards that I get in my hand stick around. So I've never seen this guy. Gamble. What do we get? We got triple the chance of finding rare cards from combat rewards. That's right. Yep. Slay the Spire's risk calculated the game with an emphasis on game knowledge. Like I'm practicing and I'm getting better. Because like the number of times I get up to that final boss is a lot more consistent than it was. I just always lose momentum. Every single time. Also, I hate these frickin' avocados. Okay, coin flip response. Tails. Tails. Holy shit, Kirby. Okay. Kara with 4,000 in loses to Rachel, who goes from 160 to 2,446. Dilemma with an additional almost 1,500. 1,500 is the right thing. And Curiously Cuddly Cryptid goes from 20 to 306. Thank you for the free monies. I mean, Kara, I'm sure they'll put it to good use. Alchemize. Attack. Whenever you play a card this turn,
the bow tie.
Yeah,
including
cool.
the bow tie.
This from the man in the bow tie.
Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool.
Here's one. Bow tie. Get rid.
Bow ties are cool.
That wasn't bad, but oh no, I have buffer, so this attack won't do anything. Nice. This thing you're fighting looks like a booger that came to life. It looks like an angry avocado. It has avocado energy. Where will you be when the avocados rise up and fight back? Poison. I don't have any curses. Upon pickup, obtain an additional copy of a card in your deck. I'll take it. We are going to take more shivs. Fucking love shivs, chat. I love them. It is a basic mechanic in this build, but it is a good mechanic. Okay. Nice. More alchemize. Yes, regen. I'll keep it for now. More poison. Everybody pause. Concentration is happening. Nine. Defend. And defend. Okay, so you get one of them. No, because I can't target that. That was dumb. That was stupid. He's dead next turn. 27. Shit. We're just gonna cast that now. I fucked that up. I screwed that up real bad. Thank you for the redeem of the hydrate. I have totally not been drinking enough today. Spoilers. 15. I've screwed this up. Shit. Defend. I could have defended twice. And not lost 10. I've completely lost. I've completely lost it. What is happening? He's dead. That's fine. I'm not sure where my brain went then, but it definitely wasn't playing cards. Rest 62 out of 75. Whenever you add a skill into your deck, upgrade it. And is that not just straight up the Alien franchise logo? This egg, toxic egg. A pair. Literally the worst pair of monsters you could run into on any day of the week. We upgrade cards. We cast alchemize. We do 20 damage to you. We also do 9 damage to you. We do... Oh, that was pretty... Almost. Round one makes me think of a cake ball. I see that. That's making me hungry. I got no food in the house. 65 defense seems unfair. There, I said it. That was a waste because he can't. Oh, shit. He'll be with the lightning dodge redeem. I think we passed 50% on the community challenge the other day, so if you want to watch me dodge 408 lightning bolts in Final Fantasy X, get on paying for that community challenge. Because it was a hell of a time dodging 200, so double that without getting struck by lightning is going to be interesting. He's dead next turn. There we go. An old beggar cloaked in fur reaches his hand out towards you and you pass. Spare some change? Yes. The beggar takes off its cloak to reveal that he is the cleric. You are a kind soul. Receive my purification. He screams. You're unsure if he is grateful or mad. What do we want to get rid of? I got some. We're doing all right with the shivs. We're gonna get rid of an initial attack. I was kind of hoping there was going to be an extra benefit for speaking to him, but apparently not. Ooh. We'll go to the shop. Haha. No. This guy is the worst. The Snecko. He has a special ability, right, that confuses you. All of the casting costs of your cards randomizes. It is so irritating. I mean, it's not it's a moldy, not a cake ball. It's a bit. I suppose you could argue that that was a sausage, but I don't think you should eat sausages that trail off like that at the end. That seems quite gross. Imagine if your sausages had a tail. And give it a hydrate, TLB. Simple, just get lucky and have them all be zero costers. That has happened to me once. 22. I'm taking a shit ton of damage if no matter what I do. No, I had buffer. Shit, I didn't realize. Bouncing. I'm making mistakes. And he's dead. A moo. Rest. 77 out of 85 ain't bad. Fun fact, confusion isn't randomized, the numbers are reliant on the seed. Ah! That's really interesting. How does that work in terms of... No, that's if I think too hard about that, I'm gonna get a headache. But that is cool. Terra, Bane, Blade Dance. Same with potions. Fun fact, I saw a rabbit today. You saw a whole rabbit? Was he friendly? Neutralize. That's a lot of damage on the field right now. Survivor, block, defend. That's not really done anything. Alchemize. Cast that, because that won't change the thing. Fill all my random potions. Poison him. That does nothing. Even more poison him. This is full, so that's problematic. He was wild and ran from me. I haven't seen bunnies in the wild in a while. We get all sorts around here. Foxes, badgers, deer. I think I've lost. I used a potion that randomized. Yeah, I screwed this up myself. And the cat's back, everyone. There's not really much I can do. So we'll go random. Hey, we're playing cards. I'll give you a treat in a minute. There's a boss fight. I can't see my cards. Can't see the end. Where's the end turn button? Your ass is in the way. Hey. No. We do not headbutt microphones. Hey. No. We do not headbutt microphones. Just peer around him. What are you doing? No. I am so dead, it's not even funny. Yeah, dead. I'm surprised it's only been twice in 2 hours. I mean, he's been. I'll be honest with you, Kara. He's been around my feet for the last 15 minutes, so I could have. He could have been here much sooner. But we are going to wrap up and say our closing statements right now. So we'll give George a treat before we go. Come here. Come over it. Come over it. You know I don't give them to you there. Put some music on. Hey. Okay? You ready? This is your big moment. Don't let me down, okay? Give me a paw. Good boy. The Spire consumes another. Ow. Never gets old. Okay, so I played Slay the Spire today because Devious, Dev, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Bot Brigade. Do not let the power go to your head.
Is now following.
Gonna make food. Don't die to the Spire. We're wrapping up now. I think I'll be back tomorrow. Not necessarily for this, but I'll be back tomorrow if you want to come in and hang out. Words. I had a Monday today. Mondays are bad. I talk about Mondays being bad all the time, but Monday was particularly rough for me today. So chat, more so than ever before. Not that I didn't mean it before, but I definitely mean it now. I'm so glad you exist. Like, honestly, it's been great. Playing this has been this games of this format has become something I'm very much playing off stream a lot. And I'm keeping all like the big stuff, the big games, the crazy important games for streaming. But sneaking these into streaming every once in a while is real good. It makes my brain happy, and I feel so much better for having streamed today. I've talked about this experience before. Sometimes I can go live in a bad mood and leave the stream feeling absolutely fantastic. Today is one of those days. Thank you very much. You've cheered me up. Look at this cat. What are you doing? There's a tail here. Look at it. It's ginger and everything. So chat, I want you to know I'm glad you exist. You're lovely. Honestly, absolutely lovely. I also want you to know that I'm proud of you, because in the same way that I'm a little bit proud of myself today for having made it through the day that I did, you've also made it through Monday, or at least, give or take the time difference, maybe 3/4 of the way through your Monday. It is extremely important that you take care of yourselves. Chat, I want you to drink plenty of water. I want you to eat plenty of food. I want you to just generally practice proper self-care and take care of yourself. At this point also, you know what's coming. We all say a mutual in chat. You will not be caught out by the auto mod. Fuck cancer, because me and my partner DollyWhiskers, who you know, lost a very significant part of our family at the end of 2023, and it's just like an energy that I'm putting out into the universe in 2024. Fuck cancer, chat, honestly. And thank you as always for helping me do Weird Shit on the internet. It has been Kara, because I'll let you in on a secret, Kara, because you did that redeem earlier that made me tell you how much you appreciate you, how much I appreciate you. Kara, since you've been like in the last 2 months or so, and I'm not saying you're responsible, but maybe you are a little bit, maybe you're my good luck charm. In the last 2 months or so, you've been a lot more present in my chat. It wasn't that you weren't present before, but you've been around a lot more, and it's been real nice. And to be honest, there has been a corresponding rise in my view numbers. So Kara, thank you. If you are secretly responsible for the more engagement that I've had the last 2 months, you know, it's been real good. But honestly, streaming is in a really good place and has been in a really good place for the last 2 months, and hopefully we will go onwards. My challenge for the end of 2024 is 600 followers. You all know this, and hopefully we'll hit it. If you would like me to raid somebody in particular, please let me know. Otherwise, I will find somebody off my list. Who is live right now? Do. Thanks for the stream. Take care. Dilemma, thanks for hanging out for so long. I appreciate you so much, honestly. So good. Tell you what, let's see if I can find somebody else, because we've had a few successes with this recently. Let's see if we can find somebody who is playing Slay the Spire to raid. What do we do, chat? You know the deal. We go low to high view count and we search PNG tubers, because 9 times out of 10 PNG tubers are brilliant. ETS enabled text to speak. I would raid this person, but they are not playing based off their thumbnail, they are not actually playing Slay the Spire. They have an interesting haircut. Ignore that. Ignore that little bit of music you just heard. Okay, I found somebody. They are live. They are low follows. Low. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll raid this person. Rain VT. They're a PNG tuber. Show them the usual love. If you are subscribed, drop a raid emote. If you are not subscribed, drop a raid message that I've just copied and pasted in chat. And if you would like to do both, please do so. I'm not your mother. Rain VT. Rain VT. Go show them some community support. No, this is no. That's it. Raiding now. I'll see you tomorrow. I have no idea what I'll be playing.